I couldn't, in all honesty and all consciousness, be in his government knowing I am plotting against his removal in 2027, because I will. By God, we will remove him. By God, we will remove President Bola Tinubu in 2027. And collectively, Nigerians will install a leader that will be our chosen, not his chosen, not any local. It will be our local. 2027 is Gbogbo local. Every Nigeria lo mark on in 2027. Human progress comes from healthy competition. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the God Almighty, allow coexistence of belief and disbelief. You don't necessarily need to help your opposition get up, but they are Nigerians. You don't succeed until every Nigerian succeed. So as a president, your responsibility is primarily the success of every Nigerian. I mean, how are you afraid of the person who was here yesterday and you were here and you defeated him? And you're now here and you think getting someone to permanently knee on the person's neck or getting them, you are more interested in finishing them than in moving forward collectively. He said in Lagos that there's nothing wrong with one-party state. I've heard him say that there's nothing wrong with one-party state. That was wrong, and it's still wrong. And now with what he said, how it is not even true. What on earth is WIKE doing in our government? If he's going to leave PDP, he should leave PDP. If you are doing government of national unity, you deal with the party, because the party is what we have on the ballot. Not Bola Tinubu president, it's APC. Not Atiku Abubakar, PDP. Not Peter Obi, but Labour Party. So if you're going to do government of national unity, we have to respect institutions. Living does not mean you should acquire the world. Living means just experience being in the world. That is your journey, that is your story, not the wealth you have, not the stolen money account. That is why many of them can't live a happy life even at 80-something. They are still chasing what isn't lost. They are not going to steal our yesterday, steal our today, and steal our dreams. They won't do that.
Hey, trouble done the paradise already. Hold up. You say, wait, see. Nigeria local, our local, not a me local. Hey! Welcome to Updates with Pressure. Now here we're giving an update of matter them with the shele for inside the country, especially as it gets to do with politics and governance and things that go better our life and our country. My name is Precious Enyi. It is sweet my belly today with an every time. So make I give on this hot scoop. I didn't have time to give you the full gist during the live. So one guy will be saying na SSA to President Bola Tinubu on public affairs. In na waiting Aliyu Audu na him be name. It don't come out here. Remember, say him been resigned from his position as the SSA to President Bola Tinubu. I think sometime on the 8th of June, now he been resigned. When the guy resigned, he been cite say he resigned because of say some kind things where president they do and him say they not align, especially as a concern WIKE. Say he no appreciates the relationship between WIKE and the president and waiting WIKE they do for inside the government. Then he also states more things when he resigned. And that's there for inside in resignation. For inside this resignation, where he be saying for the office of the chief of staff might be say he send the resignation letter to. And in cite some reasons we make a delay. He say in believe say democratic values lost for where President Bola Tinubu did, especially because of President Bola Tinubu unholy alliance with former governor of Rivers State, some WIKE and FCT minister. So say that unholy alliance, say now waiting make a know, say president don't give up for waiting consign better democratic values. So because of that, in the washing hand come out for where the president did. Now, in the whole interview when he talk, say he won't make sure say he work against the president. Say he go make sure say he work to see the president fail. Why? Because of say the things then when him being used like the president, don't be waiting in the say again. For where the president did. Especially some kind things than when they do. Say, for instance, the way where it be say the president, they even use press the neck of opposition parties to make sure say opposition parties no succeed. Say, why it be say you the talk, say you be person where fight for democracy, and you the press opposition parties neck, make them no feel breathe, make them no succeed. Hey! Say, even you say where it be so passenger press neck, then you manage to succeed, everybody they hail you. Now, you don't reach your turn, you don't they do unto other people. Why you do like that, Oga President? Now, be me talk more, now this young man talk, go listen to this interview. Make you hear the things when carry mouth talk about your guy where you be saying work with you. All right, now go watch and come back.
Are you still the convener of that particular movement, APC Rebirth Movement?
Inshallah, still am.
What exactly has caused this resignation?
think it's a matter of principle. It's a matter of, living for something greater than oneself. It's a matter of believing that Nigeria is not beyond fixing. It's a matter of, actually understanding what loyalty means and to what or to whom your loyalty should be absolute. And being bold enough to take a decision, even if it's at a personal cost, or even if, the future is uncertain. I'd rather face an uncertain future than, be certain with, an immoral today.
So what exactly has happened? What is the immorality?
It is no news that there was some sort of relationship between former governor of Rivers State, the current minister of FCT, and our then presidential candidate and the current president. In all honesty, there were a lot of justifiable reasons behind that. And because we were heading for election, the only thing bigger at that time than anything is ensuring we put our best foot forward. And clearly, from 1999 till date, there's been no better leader, than the current president, politically and administratively. But the moment we get there, it was a hard-fought battle. It was close, but everything was so against us that even it seemed like our party was against us. Our government then was against us, and it took the belief of a few people who understood what we needed at the point of 2023, the kind of president we needed to succeed the former president, so as to keep us on that track of actually realizing the Nigeria. It was hard fought, and we won. God blessed us with that victory. The one thing that we needed to do was to be grateful to God, and be sportsmanly in administering the country, meaning we had to unite the country and lead the country as a people to victory. When you get to a stage where our leading figure, role model, our leading poster child for progressive democracy prioritizes vengeance over collective progress.
Who's your leading poster child now?
It's the president.
Okay.
He's a progressive. Up until now, I have always seen him as a progressive. When I start questioning that, then I needed to ask myself if I'm where I really should be. And the answers kept coming, in the negative, until it got to a point where I could hold it no more. And I sought God's face, and he gave me approval, and I moved.
So you say that he started to prioritize vengeance over collective progress.
Yes.
In what way?
We've all been here for the sake of those who haven't been following politics from the 90s. We've all been here. We know what PDP did to the oppositions between 2003 and 2011, specifically 2003 and 2007. We know what PDP, we know what former President Obasanjo Olusegun did as the president, how he muzzled his way into taking the entire Southwest, except for Lagos, who was manned by this man at the time. And it didn't just stop there. It went on. But he survived it. Not because he was so good or he was too good. He is good, no doubt.
So, interestingly, let me quickly interrupt you, because you resigned on the 8th of June. The president, interestingly, gave a speech to the National Assembly on the 12th of June on this particular matter. He also referred to the criticism that has now been leveled against him, that we're heading to a one-party state, and it would seem that, it's like the APC is trying to destroy the opposition. And he had a very strong response in his address to the National Assembly to the opposition, that, he certainly doesn't want Nigeria to be a one-party state, that they should stand and fight, but he's not in his place to arrange their house for them, and he's actually very happy that their house is in disarray.
For me, I will not say, try your best to put your house in order. I will not help you to do so either. It is indeed a pleasure to witness you in such a disarray.
That's the fear. That's the real fear.
So for you, when you listen to that speech, that confirmed the reason why you resigned?
It confirmed it on one hand, you know, and on the other hand, it strengthened my resolve, you know, to not work for him in 2027. And I couldn't, in all honesty and all consciousness and with my conscience, be in his government knowing I am plotting against his removal in 2027, because I will. By God, we will remove him. By God, we will remove President Bola Tinubu in 2027. And collectively, Nigerians will install a leader that will be our chosen, not his chosen, not Emi local. It will be our local. 2027 is Gbogbo local. Every Nigeria loma in 2027.
So from one end, you've gone from one extreme now, advocating very strongly for President Bola Tinubu to become president. He became president. You were in his cabinet, speaking for him as his public affairs spokesperson. And now you have not only resigned, you say you're going to the other end, you know, to say you're going to work against him because he's overseeing the opposition in disarray.
No,
I'm not quite getting the why.
Our progress will come from healthy competition. Human progress comes from healthy competition. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the God Almighty, allow coexistence of belief and disbelief. When God created the world, before God created man, he had created angels, he had created jinns before he created man. But of these three creatures, only two he gave the sense of what is right and what is wrong. And that's the free will, the freedom that he gave to jinn and mankind. And it's upon this freedom that he's going to judge what we do with it on the last day. When you don't give a man a freedom, you cannot assess his performance. The angels are not going to be questioned on the last day because they don't even have the opportunity to err against God. They are built to like the zombies you have today, they are built to honor God day and night. They can't even make error. But in this case, it's about you don't necessarily need to help your opposition get up. But they are Nigerians. You don't succeed until every Nigerian succeeds. So as a president, your responsibility is primarily the success of every Nigerian. I mean, how are you afraid of the person who was here yesterday and you were here and you defeated him? And you're now here and you think getting someone to permanently knee on the person's neck or getting them, you know, you are more interested in finishing them than in moving forward collectively. I mean, he might have said he's not about that, but he said in Lagos that there's nothing wrong with one-party state. I've heard him say that there's nothing wrong with one-party state. That was wrong, and it's still wrong. And now with what he said, how it is not even true. What on earth is WIKE doing in our government? If he's going to leave PDP, he should leave PDP.
No, you don't believe in government of national unity?
If you are doing government of national unity, you deal with the party, because the party is what we have on the ballot. Not Bola Tinubu president, it's APC. Not Atiku Abubakar, PDP. Not Peter Obi, but Labour Party. So if you're going to do government of national unity, we have to respect institutions.
Okay, so now you say you're going to the opposition.
I'm not going to the, I don't mean the opposition. This opposition, there are no oppositions. We have a new breed of opposition coming, young, bright Nigerians who are patriotic, who know what life is, who know that living does not mean you should acquire the world. Living means just experience being in the world. That is your journey, that is your story, not the wealth you have, not the stolen money account. That is why
Many of them can't live a happy life even at 80-something. They are still chasing what isn't lost. They are not going to steal our yesterday, steal our today, and steal our dreams. They won't do that.
You have said very clearly you're still going to be very within the political space, but you will be working against President Bola Tinubu and seeking his removal in 2027.
Aha! Oh, I don't hear everything with this Oga talk. Could this be trouble brewing in paradise? Because you know what? Remember, say Oga President talk, say you no go fit help oppositions and put their house together. But say in the happy say, then they scattered. Okay, so should oppositions now be happy to that there is some kind of chaos right now in APC, or as a master strategy is where the president be, in go make sure saying quench this chaos immediately because now man we sabi. I go like know your thoughts and reactions inside this matter. You know, say President Bola Tinubu now guy we kajad well for inside democracy. I mean they call on the Jagaban of politics. It's sabi how to plot the graph and put the chess game of politics. So all these ones now things where be say go fit handle immediately. Abi okay. I'm not gonna drop on our thoughts, reactions, everything under here. I did wait to hear what on that thing. Sharply. Thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, share this post. I love you guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.